So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This is Matthew Bailey alongside my critique and partner in crime, Carl Medina.
Hello everyone.
And this is another episode, or at least I think it should be a short episode pretty much, of Beers, Beats and Bailey. Short because, we don't really have much to talk about this week, right?
Yeah, this week was our dry week again.
Arrival came, kind of blew our minds somewhat, but other than that, we just have to look forward to Fantastic Beasts and Moana, which both of which are coming out this week. So, in the meantime, you happen to see Queen of Katwe, I believe.
Right.
Yeah,
latest. The sad part is that there's just a bunch of good movies that should come down, not coming down because local film goers and film theater managers don't give a shit.
Exactly.
So, the movies I was thinking of, I was talking to you about a movie I was trying to remember, I just got it, The Handmaiden.
Oh, The Handmaiden, yes, from, this Korean director, one of my faves, name is slipping me right now, but I know what you're talking about. I saw the picture of it. I've heard some really great reviews actually, like some people putting it like in the top 10 list early already. But I'm familiar, the director's name escapes me right now, but I heard of a couple of his movies.
What's his name? Director Chan-wook?
Yes.
Park Chan-wook?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So Handmaiden, that not coming down. So
no foreign language
sadly.
Movies are no down here. Don't ask us why.
Yeah.
So like we said, meanwhile we have to
Moonlight.
Yeah, Moonlight is not coming down. I'm not seeing it in our movie schedule guides basically. Believe it or not, we're supposed to get Sully next month.
Yeah, that takes forever to come down.
That's how much we suck down here. We getting Sully next month. Why?
Yeah, but why that take so long?
I don't know.
Anyway,
and why?
I expect to see I expect to see something like Moonlight or all the Oscar stuff on the end of the year. Usually just put that shit out in January. So whatever.
Yes, most times, but I'm not too sure. Okay, I have to think about if people are showing up to see these movies. Case in point, Birth of a Nation. Well, where I saw it in Caribbean Cinemas 8 only lasted 1 week. I actually spoke to one of the guys who works there, and he was like, well, because of the 18-year and over rating that they gave it, it's less than likely that people will show up in droves to see it. So that's one thing you have to factor in, basically.
Right. That was one. Two. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just a depressing situation. Not be seeing these movies for a while, or unless I get either outright pirated, which I'll try to avoid, or I get a screener copy, which I'll more likely get.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway. Well, in the meanwhile, we just had to make do with what we have. So in today's episode, we're gonna talk about, like I said before, Queen of Katwe, which is the latest live-action Disney feature directed by Mira Nair. It's Nair, right?
Not sure.
Okay. Great female director. She directed Monsoon Wedding. I believe she did Mississippi Masala, among other things. I could be wrong with the Mississippi Masala, but I know that she did Monsoon Wedding, which I saw years ago, and I honestly enjoyed it. Along with that too, I happened to see a movie that came out last week actually on Netflix by the name of True Memoirs of an International Assassin. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's an action comedy. And it stars Kevin James, one of my least favorite comic actors working in the biz today.
Yeah.
And to close things off,
I mean, you're a decent enough stand-up, but all his movies horrible.
Well, here's
absolutely
the thing.
Horrible.
Well, I'll talk about it in my review, but the thing is, I have never really followed his work. I never watched King of Queens. Yes, I know I haven't. Crucify me, whatever. I don't care. I skipped.
King of Queens. King of Queens is a weak show. That was never a particularly funny show for me.
Oh, but I just thought it was like so popular, and I need to see.
No, it's one of those. It's one of those shitty CBS comedies that popular, but when you actually get into it, it's not that funny at all. So stuff like it's kind of like what Big Bang Theory,
But that's funny because I actually watch Big Bang Theory. I know it's not a minute, but I still watch it and enjoy it. Just because. And to close.
For me, Big Bang Theory horrible. So.
Yeah. Well, the what I would say, the quality has gone down considerably through the past 10 seasons, and now we reach season 10, believe it or not, and they still have more to go. I know, kind of wondering, when is this thing gonna end? But I just feel like the producers, this guy or Chuck Lorre, whoever, this guy milked this franchise forward to it. I hear we're supposed to have a spin-off, by the way. Sheldon supposed to have his own spin-off.
For me it was never funny. I don't know.
Wait. Hold up. You mean from season 1? You never?
Yeah, it was never funny. It was never funny.
Even with the Leonard Nimoy napkin thing from the Christmas episode.
Nope.
You did?
Nope. Nothing. It was never funny. No, it was a show that it's one of those shows that just masquerade as geek shows. So people like me will call it what you call. There's a whole running joke about it. It's called Uncle Tron, which is a dumb comedy about smart characters.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's the running joke about it. It's terrible. Anyway, whatever.
Right, and to
side divergent aside.
Yeah, right. And to close things off, we are going to talk about the extended version of Suicide Squad. Yes. Which actually came out a few days ago on digital. It's supposed to be out in home media early next month. I believe it's on the 7th of December. And I just gave this thing a second chance because I mean, if you managed to check our review the last time, well, I was indifferent to it. Ricardo didn't really like it as much, although we both agree it was way better than BBS. But the thing is,
it's not. I don't think it was particularly. It wasn't as obnoxious and as egregious as BBS, but it was pretty bad though.
Yeah. But and then the thing is with this extended cut, we were promised 13 minutes of never before seen footage, stuff that was cut out from the theatrical cut. I know
13 as in 1 tree?
As in 1 tree, because yes, the runtime is 13 minutes longer. Wow, it doesn't feel like it, unfortunately, and that's one thing that we'll bring up. It does not feel like it. It feels like the exact same theatrical cut. But more on that later. So, I have to get into ranting mode. I have to get into Kanye West mode for that. But in the meanwhile, let's just talk about the best show in the lot, Queen of Katwe, which unfortunately I haven't seen. I mean, trailers.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, the trailers look decent enough, but to me, it was not sure that I need to go and see on big screen. But maybe your review could, make me actually get off my ass and go and see it.
Okay, I thought you saw it.
No.
But this gonna be a short review.
Yeah. So please fill us in on Queen of Katwe.
Right. I really like this movie.
Yay!
Yeah, it was a feel-good kind of thing. It was nice. So basically it's about this girl in Uganda, and it's actually based on a true story.
Yes.
Gil Igane, played by, who's the actress name? I think Madina.
Alright, Madina Nalwanga.
Nalwanga, yeah. So, I think she plays Fiona.
Yes.
Main character. There's some nice black actor and actresses I like. I like David Oyelowo.
Yeah.
He's
great
excellent
actor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. And then
Lupita Nyong'o, of course.
Right, love her.
12 Years a Slave, boom.
Right. So, what is the movie about? So it's basically about introducing the game of chess to. It reminds me of. You remember a movie with Lawrence Fishburne called Akila and the Bee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I forgot Shakila's real name. Oh my goodness, name slips me right now.
Right.
Yeah, but she's
anyway.
She's still doing work right now, and that's great to hear. Yeah.
Right. So it's the usual like trope of lower class person doing quote unquote upper class thing for child its age.
Right.
So much like with Akila and the Bee, you don't really see that many lower income kids or black kids or something like that in spelling bees. Same thing. You don't see that many black girls playing chess.
Right.
As the idea. And it does that quite well. It's well shot. But the story I thought was kind of bare bones and straightforward. Characterization and acting, excellent. Loved it for that. In fact, it's some of the best child acting I've seen since Beasts and No Nations.
Oh, okay. And yes, oh my goodness, that's a show that I've been meaning to see since last year when you reviewed it.
Oh, dude, you didn't see that yet?
No,
wow.
I suck, I know. But I need to check it out.
See that? Yeah, anyway. Right, so the story is about this girl in this town, it's called Queen of Katwe, and it's a town about Katwe, and it uses a lot of...
Katwe is a town, okay, I didn't know.
It's the little village she in, and it's basically, her happened to... She learning chess, and it's just using chess as parallel for stuff in life. And then when they basically learn a bunch of stuff about chess, although, well, not particularly new to me, but if you not that familiar with chess, you'll learn a bunch of stuff like, hey, you could do this and that or the other. And they make analogies to chess as with respect to life. You know, chess historically always was that. It always had this kind of analogy to warfare and life. And then they do, basically it's a great slice of life, style, you know, sports story, you know. Because it's technically a sports story, if anything. And then, she had to solve her problems via chess, is the story.
Okay, and when you say problems, you mean like what? Self-confidence, insecurities? What exactly, like, problems?
Oh no, yes, over several years of life, she using competition, but it's really identity issues and stress, and she get good with it because she go through little tournaments and life throughout the story itself.
Alright.
It's not much to talk about because really just Disney being nice and just giving us a nice story in terms of such simple high concept premise.
Right.
And it builds the idea of hope and how the future could be with respect to Africa and the diversity in American cinema with respect to that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's more, you have to go see it. Like, it's not much to talk about in truth. Because it wasn't that long of a movie, it was barely above an hour. And it's just a feel good movie.
Yeah.
That I forget what, Mira Nair?
Yeah.
Mira Nair just do as a great workable project in the premise for it. That's it.
Okay.
It's all about chess tournament, and she getting good at chess, but because she come from a slum in Katwe, you know, she have to rise up above, you know, and it's so unlikely that she'll do well, and they just do a simple, straightforward story. Anyway, it's just a simple rise above story in terms of a sport story, you know? Mm-hmm. And she have to use this to escape life of poverty and the usual stuff in Africa. Nothing pretty cliched in that sense, but still well done, well acted, well played out. And I gonna give this a high movie tongue.
Oh, good. That's great, man. Yeah.
Yeah, the runtime is quite short. It's barely above an hour, from what I understand.
Oh, it's that short, or does it feel that short?
No, not barely above an hour, barely above 2 hours.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So I made a mistake there.
Well, that's fine. One movie actually crossed my mind when you mentioned, you know, this kid playing chess. Are you familiar with a movie called Fresh? It came out in 1994. Samuel Jackson was, you know, he made an appearance in the movie. He played, I believe the kid's nickname was Fresh. It's this like street hustler basically. So he was working for he's basically in the middle of this drug war, and like his dad teaches him chess. So he's basically playing his enemies like a game of chess. If I could you know, quote what Lauryn Hill said in Ready or Not, you know, and just the way how he uses the you know, chess and how the gameplay is, you know, and how he kind of uses it in real life, pitting these two gangs against each other, you know, that was really cool. Right. So guys, if you love chess, definitely watch Fresh. Great. Get to
I won't compare it to say something like what do they call it? A couple of years back, it had this movie Pawn Sacrifice. That was starring Tobey Maguire. He was playing basically the most brilliant chess player, probably the most best winning American chess player ever. That was Bobby Fischer.
All right. To be honest though, I haven't seen a movie from Tobey Maguire in ages. I actually thought he just retired.
No. Yeah, Pawn Sacrifice came out a couple of years back. It's pretty damn good actually.
All right.
And it's basically Bobby Fischer and him, the psychology of a person genius at chess and how they decide to go through life. And it's not anywhere near as dark as that, but it does play good homage to chess, and it's well shot because of that. Not highly calculating super computer type like in Pawn Sacrifice. And that's pretty much the approach to that.
Okay.
So that's the movie. It's nice, but it's still appreciated. It's for chess fans, chess kids, if you want to enjoy chess. And it have a race component to it a little bit. Where
I was about to ask that, yeah.
Black kids in chess. But
this white or Caucasian game, pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But you know
the movie appreciates chess, and you just appreciate just thinking differently, thinking laterally, how chess change your mind, all of that stuff. And especially people in the third world and or the very, very bad parts of the third world, like Uganda, you're gonna need that kind of lateral thinking to start solving problems if you're gonna get out of that poverty.
Right.
And the movie does that quite well. I mean, so if you I don't know if you remember a scene from The Wire that also had chess as an analogy
yes,
to
yes.
the hood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
pawn, man. Why you can't be pawns, man?
Yeah.
It's about the king, man, queen, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Great scene, classic scene from season 1. Love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one question though. Do you think that the November release time of this movie was worth it? Like I keep thinking that they're going for a kind of feel good Christmas kind of vibe kind of thing.
Right, a little bit. Yeah, that's why I got that from it as well. It was just a good time, and they just Disney have the muscle of Disney behind them, so it wasn't like it's still gonna make some cash, and it did reasonably well.
Yeah. Okay, it remind me of a show that came out like a few years ago with Tom Hanks saving Mr. Banks. That's where he was playing Walt Disney, and it was about them creating Mary Poppins or something along like that. And it came out like nearing around November, close to December, and made a killing in the box office. People loved it, a lot of praise from it. So right. I was wondering if the release of this movie in like mid to late November was trying to kind of cash in on the Christmas crowd now, basically.
Right.
Yeah, maybe perhaps. Yeah. Well, but then again, they have Moana to back them up too. Well, Disney, I should say. So right. They have 2 shows that I imagine families will go and check out.
Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, this is a relatively quiet week. They just avoid the bigger films, and they clearly try to avoid the Star Wars.
Of course. Yeah, yes, and of course they have Star Wars under the belt too. So yeah, they just gonna bring out all these smaller movies, and then this guy make a killing.
And Disney really reached a point where they get big enough to do small things like this. So
yeah, and it's good though. It's good that a legendary female director like Mira Nair could still make movies such as this. I hope to see that. I hope that she makes more great movies. Well, I'm expecting that this one is going to be great. I'm gonna definitely give this one a watch. So, just hoping that she does more great movies.
Yeah, solid business for this. So.
All right. Okay. Well, hi, Movie Town. I'm definitely gonna give that a watch. All right. Yeah. So moving from Katwe to Netflix. Yeah, weird segue, whatever. I'm gonna talk about a movie that I probably would have just ignored, but I haven't seen a Netflix movie in a long while. Just been trying to catch up on his shows. Still haven't catched up on Black Mirror. I know, sue me. But yes, I know, I suck. Besides, I have other shows to check it out, Jen.
You have all the spare time, Matthew. Wow.
I know, but dude, it's how much time do I spend binging shows? But that's one thing I just need to figure out. But whatever. So this particular movie came out November 11th of this year. It's called True Memoirs of an International Assassin.
Right.
Title of which sounds pretty interesting, and yes, it does have a novel kind of aspect to it, and it has something to do with the overall plot of the story. So the premise, which really isn't much, goes something like this. So we have Sam J. Larson, who I kind of was thinking was a play on Samuel L. Jackson or whatever, played by Kevin James. He's this accountant, but he has this hobby of writing novels basically. And he's just looking for this big break. He's looking for that novel that will really put him in the spotlight when it comes to just online novels. Because he plans to put this out for people to basically download and buy online and read and have fun. So the book that he's coming up with, it had an original name actually, and it was centered around this secret agent basically. And how the movie visualizes it is that yes, Kevin James is playing this secret agent. So the show kind of opens with him with this kind of generic action sequence, him by this pier just shooting some bad guys, some guys with guns and rocket launchers and all that kind of stuff, and Kevin James is just going out of his way trying to look like a badass. But then they bring in this kind of device where like a character would say a line, or he's about to say a specific line, like he would think he's about to say a one-liner, and then the movie doesn't stop actually, but the characters just kind of pause really. They don't freeze or anything like that, but they're just like waiting for something to happen. And that's kind of like us, like a little meta version of us seeing what's going on in Samuel's mind, where he's trying to figure out what's his next line going to be. What should he do here? Should it be a knife should he throw here, or should he just fire this gun and all that kind of stuff? And that technique, the first time it's used is pretty good, But then they do it again and again and again. It's like, yeah, this is just not working. And yes, like I said before, this is an action comedy. And yes, they really try to push the action a lot, not too much, but enough for you to buy into the fact that yes, it's kind of ripping off of, action movies. But where's the comedy? First of all, yeah, the show is just very, 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 very dry on comedy. But before I get into like my actual review of it, so this guy, right? So Sam has this book basically, and eventually he does, but he gets it to this publisher basically. I forgot the actress's name, and she happens to call it True Memoirs of an International Assassin, and she kind of goes around telling people that yes, it's based off a true story, because the character that he writes for this novel is partly inspired by this sort of legendary assassin called the Ghost. He was doing some job in Colombia and then he just suddenly disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And after Sam kind of hears the story from, believe it or not, and a retired secret agent. So he hears the story about the Ghost. He's like, oh, it'd be cool if we call this character the Ghost. So he changes the character's name into the Ghost. He kind of reworks everything, and then this publisher calls it, this True Memoirs thing, and she's selling it basically like, yeah, this is based off a true story. But the thing is that Sam was told not to, let the world know about the Ghost. But because of this book being this major hit, now the world knows about the Ghost and his existence. So of course, as you would expect in a movie like this, someone mistakes our hero Sam for an actual agent. They actually believe that yes, he was an actual assassin, and all the stuff that he's writing in his book basically is his memoirs about his career and whatnot. So he's he's brought into Venezuela, actually to Caracas, which the show kind of blatantly states is the most dangerous city in the world. And I was like, nah, that's bullshit. You're not serious. Caracas though? Well, is it really the most dangerous?
Statistically, it's actually quite dangerous. I don't know if it's the most dangerous. I think it was kidnapping capital for a while and them kind of things. So it's quite possible it could be the most dangerous.
I don't know. It's
movie people just get that shit wrong most of the time. But
yeah, just sell it as like Caracas, Venezuela, the most dangerous city in the world. I'm like, really? Why you haven't mentioned this for to me? Why?
It's pretty bad, but it's usual bullshit from movies anyways. I don't really care.
Yeah. Right, so basically he's roped in by these group of like rebels, and the plan basically is for him to go and assassinate the president of Venezuela. And he hooks up with this DEA agent named by Rosa Bolivar, and she kind of I know names her right. So he kind of gets roped into this mission, and of course the only thing he knows in terms of like actual defense and actual warfare and stuff, he could actually handle a gun pretty well. He does that. He practices every once in a while. He goes to the shooting range. He could fire a few shots competently, but other than that, he is not an assassin. And he kind of at first he's like, I'm not the Ghost. You got me confused with the wrong person. But the person who kind of abducts him, is like, yeah, you're just lying or whatever. Yeah, of course you're the Ghost. How could you say all these things or write all these things in this novel of yours if you're not the Ghost? So yeah, we have this whole mistaken identity thing, and of course, cliche after cliche after cliche, things you've seen before. Of course, you have your over-the-top villain, and I don't know. First off, like I said before, this show is just not funny. And I would just go back to what I was saying with Kevin James. Like I said, never been a fan of him. I never watched King of Queens. His theatrical stuff I never cared for. I didn't watch Zookeeper. I didn't watch Paul Black 1. I skipped Paul Black 2.
All the movies is garbage. All of them. His career has been so mediocre and unfunny for me.
Yeah.
Again, he has an okay stand-up, kind of, but yeah, he's somebody I just never liked and never thought was funny.
Yeah, and of course he had me at playing the President of the United States in Pixels. Which made it to our worst of 2015 list last year. Yeah.
Right.
And once again, he's playing this kind of like, this straight-faced character. Like let me just go back in time a little bit, take somebody like Leslie Nielsen, a character who can get away with doing all these ridiculous antics, but he also has this straight face, and it's not just because he has this funny looking face, but it's just because he knows how to do that, balancing act properly. You know, he's doing all this kind of crazy stuff, but he has this straight face on. Even when he's like, whoa, you know, you could tell that he is genuinely in fear of what's going on, even though we are laughing at what, you know, how ridiculous his antics are. Kevin tries to do that at times in this movie, but it just doesn't work at all, you know?
Right.
He's just trying to be like, yeah, I'm not the ghost, and I don't know these things, and I don't know. So every joke that he tries to, that he delivers just falls flat, you know, almost all the time. The story itself actually would have worked, you know, it's actually a very competent enough story, you know, it actually is a very decent story, I should say. You know, an author who's you know, trying to come up with this, you know, who's trying to get away of this this mundane lifestyle of being an accountant and just imagine himself like a secret agent. I mean, that's something that's something that a lot of people can relate to. Like, who doesn't watch a James Bond movie and say, hey, what if I was James Bond? What if I could go around the world and, you know, kick ass and do stuff like that, you know? So it kind of touches on this. So it kind of touches on this very particular nerve now. But just because, and once again, because it's Netflix, it's shot very well. The directing is decent. The music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the music. Well, what I say, it reminds me like how the Do-Over was, that movie that Adam Sandler was in earlier this year that I reviewed, that I hated.
Right.
Yeah, because it's Netflix, you know, the production value is like very high, you know. So, production-wise, you know, cinematography and everything looks, you know, very, very decent. The music was hit or miss for me. Like, there's this particular kind of horn-assisted theme song that they try to play. So think of it, it's trying not to be like a James Bond movie, but the way how they repeat this refrain over and over, you could tell, yeah, this is supposed to be Kevin James's action theme song. But it just sounds so, you know, lame and flimsy. It just doesn't work, you know. And every time it plays, I just find myself just getting more and more annoyed. And then once again, like I say, because it's a comedy, Kevin James is trying to play things rather seriously, and it kind of feels weird because everybody else kind of knows that, okay, this is a comedy, so you could kind of lighten up and, you know, be a little witty, be a little funny, be a little crazy. Although I would say like the villain is a little too over the top. He's trying to be like the, you know, like the caricature of the cliche, you know, the Spanish criminal. Like think of the bad guy from Bad Boys 2. Remember him? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I want these gangbangers, and I'll put them in both of these coffins, you know? That kind of thing.
Scarface.
Yeah, where you could tell.
Basically Scarface.
Yeah, where they're being inspired by, you know, Tony Montana. They're trying to be their own kind of version of Tony Montana. So you could tell that this character was trying to be that. And yes, he was over the top at times, but you could tell, yeah, he was trying to have fun. He was being annoying at times, but I was like, alright, I kind of see what you're trying to do there. Everybody else is okay for the most part, but really, Kevin James is the one who's supposed to be holding this thing together, and unfortunately, he just doesn't do that, you know. And you could tell that he was trying, but I don't know. I guess it's because of his style, and maybe because I'm not familiar with it, or maybe because, as you say before, he's just not a particularly funny or interesting comedian or comic actor. He just doesn't do it for me. So it's not. What would say? It's not like how Adam Sandler was in Do-Over, where basically it just felt like he just wasn't trying at all. You know, it's just like, oh, well, I'm going to vacation here, so, you know, while I'm here for 2 weeks, let me just make this movie. Let me just pull the script out of my ass and just, you know, come up with something. But I don't even have to try anything. I just come in with a 3/4 pants and some slippers and just, you know, half-ass everything. You know, that was what Do-Over felt for me. This one here felt like, you know, he was trying something new. He was trying to play the action character, trying to be this macho badass, whatever. And it's a good kind of, you know, good progression from, you know, the Paul Blart Mall Cop mold that, you know, Kevin James seems to be fitting, you know. Like, hey, here's this fat guy trying to be a hero. Ha 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 ha. You know, that was the reason why I skipped those movies, because how much he experimented to laugh at, oh, this is a fat joke. Oh, he's on a Segway. You know, it gets tired very fast. And speaking of tired, oh gosh, because this show is just so devoid of humor, I just found myself like just nodding off on and off every once in a while. I just struggle to stay awake watching this movie. And this was like a Friday night. Like, this is the night where I wouldn't mind watching a mindless action movie like say Bad Boys 2. I would
Right.
I would be glued to the screen for like 2.5 hours watching this shit. I wouldn't even feel like my eyes, dipping or anything like that. But this one, yeah, and I mean, it's not like this is it's not like you're gonna expect an action scene a minute, but still, give us something worth laughing at or something interesting enough. I mean, yes, the premise is interesting, but other than that, it's an action comedy. Please give me a comedy. If there's not enough comedy, give me some action. And yes, the action scenes, yeah, you've seen them millions of times before. It's just like the do-over. You've seen these action sequences done so many times. Yes, you have the shootout at the pier. Yes, you have the moment where they escape in a helicopter. Yes, there's a moment where somebody fires a rocket launcher and it hits the front of the helicopter, and you have 2 minutes to land the helicopter. Oh, there's a large body of water. What do we do? Do we stay in the chopper or do we jump? Oh, let's jump. You've seen these things hundreds of times before. And just because Kevin James is in the forefront doesn't mean that I have to care or I have to be thrilled or excited by these action sequences. So to make a long story short, Netflix, I know what they're doing with getting these C-grade comic actors and putting them in movie roles. I don't know.
That's what kind of pisses him off, because there's a worrying trend there.
Yeah,
because,
so just because Adam Sandler getting banked mean that every other wannabe comedian do the same thing too? Jeez.
Yeah, and he started doing the bullshit, and then every year, so just now we're expecting the Rob Schneider Netflix movie. Look, in the end of the day, somebody will pay for this, and I can't really argue against that.
Yeah,
it's
it
much better
will have its audience. People will watch it when they are nothing to do.
Right,
to
and
do and
it's preferable to it's preferable to put this that over theaters. Because theaters, like,
no, this would have been
it better. Right, so it's preferable at here than in theaters or Redbox. But this is I just so tired of this trend. Whatever, Netflix, it don't hurt their brand really, because it still have good shit on it, so whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, not everybody wants it. Like I was saying before with the binge and stuff. There's only so much TV shows or so much season that you want to binge. So you want to, take a little break, and, if Netflix is your preferred choice for movie viewing, then why not find a nice little movie? Something new, of course, nothing old or recent, but something fresh and original, something recent. Then, yeah, you have options on Netflix, fortunately, but why, when it comes to, action or comedies, why do we get stuff like The Do-Over and True Memoirs of an International Assassin? I don't know.
Yeah, it's double shit.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but it's easy bank, because it much like how, you see a movie you wanted to watch and you didn't get a chance to see, that was, Shut In.
Yeah, Shut In.
It's the same thing with the cheap comedies, or remember, Friedberg and Seltzer used to make a bunch of these kind of shitty cheap comedies.
Yes. The worst, of course, being Disaster Movie. Watch 5 minutes of it, got a headache, never watched anything.
So the whole point is that it'll make back in today's global economy, it's exploiting globalism in the worst way now. So it basically appealing to the lowest common denominator, putting out crap, and then making a bunch of cash putting out crap, because it don't cost that much. I think Shut In costs, was it the budget for Shut In, like something like $2 million, something real dirt cheap like that?
Yeah. I know it's a low budget movie. Yeah.
Right. And then it make back $40 million. I mean, so that's your answer right there.
Of course. I mean, I have no problem with your budget being low, but why now your script had to be, low budget?
Because because the whole point is that you don't have to try. I mean, that's the whole point for these people, though.
Right. Exactly.
You don't have to make an effort. You don't have to give up. You don't have to make an effort. You don't have to give a fuck. Pretty much, yeah, right. So Shut In's budget is $3 million.
Ooh, okay.
Close to $4 million, like $3.7 million, right? And it made back in the first weekend. I think it made back its money. I think its gross was like $7 million or something like that.
All right.
It made back the cash, and that's in the first like little thing there.
Yeah, and people reviewed it and said it was garbage, hot mess.
Yeah,
it was forgotten,
everybody
but
hated
it doesn't matter because you still make back your money. However.
Make back your cash, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with these movies. Is this kind of lowest comedy denominator race to the bottom approach to filmmaking that just kind of really very depressing, because it works and is about the bottom dollar now.
Yeah.
So anyway, right, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll say this last thing before I get to my actual rating. The the one thing that I mean, I shouldn't blame Netflix for this, right? But the people behind this movie, right? What it could have done was actually make a decent enough movie for non-Kevin James fans like myself to look at and be like, yeah, this was actually good. And then, if he continues making decent or, movies like that, then who knows, his career could be back on track. We could forget about the Zookeepers and the Paul Blatts and, Pixels and whatnot, and he could actually, progress in terms of his career. But no, it's just, whatever. I just do these things. I'm a comedian. I just have to look funny and do shit. I get paid. Whatever. Same thing like Adam Sandler. He doesn't even have to try. Unfortunately, it's not like I was kind of hoping that Kevin James would kind of remove himself from that mold, remove himself from this half-assery, but it seems like he's just trapped in it. But I don't think he wants to be trapped, but it's kind of like, at this stage in his career, he doesn't have a choice. Because this is right after Paul Blackmore Cup too, so, yeah.
Yeah, and you're making a big assumption. Right, no, you're making a big assumption about these people. You're making the assumption that they have self-respect. That's the assumption. Right? You realize that these people...
Of course, I have to assume that. Why
not?
Nope.
That's a very big assumption on your part. If they're not gonna make that is the problem. And they do not give a shit. It's just about just making the cash back. That's why there's no effort in the story. It's just about a product, and they just gonna put it out at any ability, any means necessary by hook or by crook, and then make back the cash. That's it. Right? They have zero care, zero love for the material. At no point I get the sense that this person give a shit. Anybody involved give a shit other than the actual hard people behind the scenes, your grips and your lighting people. Of course, people is work for them. It's work for them anyway. But from the creative side, not a fuck was given. And that's why if you don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm not gonna entertain this, and it's something that should die out. It's not gonna die out anytime soon, but whatever.
Yeah.
I do not bother.
The unfortunate state of things, but all right. In closing, rating wise. Yeah, I'd give this a 2 out of 5. I want my money back. Yes, I didn't pay anything for this, but I still want my money back. Oh my gosh. So this just like the do-over. So yeah, now I have 2 Netflix movies that make it on my worst of list. I mean, I shouldn't have to put Netflix movies in there. I mean, it's not like I actually went to cinema to watch these things, but still, they were a waste of my time. Yeah. There was 98 minutes of my life, including credits, by the way, because I was looking to see who made what and who, the team behind that and, all that kind of good shit. But other than that, dude, that's 98 minutes of my life, and not getting back. Kevin James, still not a fan of your boy, but, dude, you gotta come better next time, right? Although, as Ricardo say, I don't know if he cares.
They don't give a shit again. I stopped caring about all Adam Sandler and all them. At a certain point, you just had to stop, entertaining the whole talking to them about and insulting them because, just feed off of that now.
True. Because how much reviews of how much bad reviews of Pixels come out since that?
Right, exactly. It's just, at a certain point, it's like, all right, you need to stop now.
Yeah.
Now, is he done? I call it the Donald Trump effect in a sense now. It's like, they just seem to be feeding off of your hate almost somehow now.
True. And the excuse is, well, I at least I getting jobs, at least I making money, at least and
that's the problem, exactly. Exactly. So that's why I just stop entertaining this nonsense and let them burn out now until they want to come with something interesting. And I sad part, I understand that had his efforts, so I can't take that away from him.
But at the same time, it's which by the way, is on the Criterion Collection. Adam Sandler movie is on the Criterion Collection, guys. Process that for me.
Right. Yeah, but it's same thing. Reign Over Me is another movie I liked.
I liked great movie as well to saw that. Yeah, with Don Cheadle.
Yeah, I thought that was a solid film. I really enjoyed it. Worked. And well, it came out in the right time because I think that was when this game was real popular and it hyped up that game. That was Shadow of the Colossus. So
okay.
It was. Yeah, that was a big plot thing in the movie. I
actually forgot that, to be honest. I was just remembering the relationship between Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler. That's what stuck.
Remember they were playing a video game together. That was a video game.
Oh, so, right. Okay.
Yeah. So no, but that's the thing. So I don't know. Is an age where is whether or not it's worth it, and you get the feeling that Adam Sandler just kind of give up. I seriously think he's like akin to a nihilist at this point. And every one of that whole generation just pretty much give up. All of them just kind of write off in a sense. Rob Schneider is somebody that are willing to dismiss entirely, but he actually was on an episode of the Game Grumps recently, and he did some interesting stuff. His new website and his web show isn't half bad. But yeah, all of his movies and the stuff that we know him from is terrible.
Of course, yeah.
Yes. He has a show on his... Yeah, that garbage. But he has a show called Real Rob with his wife, I think. I think is and that isn't half bad.
Okay.
From what I understand. It's actually reasonably well made, but smaller.
Yeah.
It's not well budgeted. So with the very, very small budget, he has to like prove himself now. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Oh yeah, so we forgot to mention good old David Spade, who was also in the Do-Over. He was the part of the buddy cop. Well, the buddy. He was Adam Sandler's buddy in the Do-Over. He was trying. that's the best way to say.
Yeah, no,
he was trying while Adam just didn't care.
No, yeah, David Spade is somebody I always had solidarity with. I'm just talking from all those people who came from that generation of comedians. He's a person I always had solidarity with because he individually never really did anything on his own, per se, that you can't really say. But he was always hanging a kind of side, the straight man to Kevin, Chris Farley.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
He never
days. Tommy Boy. And,
right. Tommy Boy. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And when that was when they were at their height, and then he just never gave a shit. He's an excellent voice actor. He did Joe Dirt, right? He did Joe Dirt, which was terrible.
Never bothered to see that. Or the sequel, by the way.
Sequel was rubbish too. And the sequel was worse. And then his best character that people know him for is for Emperor's New Groove. I think it was his character. It was his character. Score or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. He's a person that I always had solidarity with in terms of some of his stuff. He has some good voice acting, and he's a comedian that I always thought he was kind of the poster child for snarky sarcasm in the 90s.
Right.
But then something happened and he just never really like transitioned well enough now for the last few years. And yeah, just time passed with these people and they get too old, they don't have the energy, young people, even if you're old and you still have the energy, most people, like young people, don't give a shit anyway. Yeah. So you had to somehow justify yourself. And yeah, he just never really get around to doing that. And that whole generation just thought they would be the last generation, and that did not happen.
Right.
So yeah. And then with Kevin James, same thing, he's a person that just catchy career late, and then he get a couple shows, he making money, but he, at no point you get a sense that you had a care, and you don't care either. It's not like with Will Ferrell. It's not like with Will Ferrell where you get fed up of, but at least with Will Ferrell you get a good sense of product and effort from him.
Yeah,
even though he himself kind of, he himself kind of running out. He can't follow.
But that reminds me though, this. I think the real reason why Kevin James is at the position where he is right now is because of how successful Paul Blart was in the box office. I remember that show being such a big hit. It was a success though, like, commercially. Of course, real people hated it, but it made bank. And at the time I was like, wait, really? That?
No, yeah, it like comedy films at this point. Yeah, comedy films just did its thing in its own way, in the sense that that's its thing in its own way because it was easy and cheap, and it's a cheaper approach. And then Paul Blart was it cost like 25 million or something like that.
I don't even know. I don't even care.
Yeah, it was cheap, like around 20 million, a little over 20 million, like about a 25 million if I remember correctly. And then you're right, it made back a bunch of cash, and it made back close to 200 million. But it was just this kind of lowest common denominator approach to filmmaking that, largely formulaic and not for me and you now.
Yeah, let's laugh at fat people. Yeah.
Right, it's the same reason why the Tyler Perry movies do good, or the same reason why Kevin Hart, right, doing good as well. He's kind of becoming a big hit because it's a new audience now.
Yeah,
that's it. It's just generationally just playing itself out that way. So that's the world now. Sorry.
Yes.
I mean, we'll get our rivals, and we'll get some smart sci-fi. I don't mind those. But we're gonna get this bullshit too, and you're more than likely gonna have to work for. If you're working in film in the near future, you're gonna have to work for that more than likely than the other.
Yeah.
So
and of course you'll have people that will eat this shit, like eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. Because what it is, my theory about it was that I always thought it was just kids with disposable income thinking it funny. That's why I always thought it was I am 14, this is funny. And I realized no, it's a bunch of grown ass people loving this bullshit too. It's like, oh shit, they realize the problem worse. Much worse than I thought of. So
and not just parents with kids, you know. Like I would imagine parents with kids being the only set of adults who watch Paul Black, but
right, no, it's adults
it's
like it.
Other adults too. Watching
a bunch of dude bros. Yeah, dude bros like it. They like it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I can't fight against that. That's something. It's like with Transformers. It's like something you just have to just either you ignore it entirely, like how I do, or you bend over as a critic and take it up your ass. You gotta just enjoy it one way or the other. I mean, you have directors who just have a whole filmography of bullshit, set of bullshit movies.
Yeah, boy, for real.
Like the fellow who did Paul Bad, we named Steve Carr. Yes, it's solid film work because you just had to just pour the product and you know. Yeah. That's movie 43 and a certain nonsense on the belt.
Oh yeah, movie 43 was that was like my number one worst movie. I think it was 2014 it came out or 2013. I can't remember. Yeah, he's real specialized in these like shitty comedy sequels and shitty comedies. Yeah.
Like the man bread and butter, but it's bread and butter in the end of the day, and he had to know, understand why it is that it is making money. That is something that is a product, it's very deterministic in its approach. That's why I don't waste my time trying to, like, once you understand the industry and you understand how that works, you don't care about it because it's not like some big affront on your sensibilities as this should be genius and you should make an effort. No, that is the nature of the beast. Like, you have to accept that or not. My thing is that if you fall into that aspect of the film industry, like, you can't come back. It's kind of hard to come back from that abyss. But that is a kind of a black hole that you can't escape from the event horizon once you cross into that.
Right.
But once you accept it and you move on. I not going to be part of it. I don't want to be part of it. I suppose it's easy to, but that's how it is. And Kevin James and them, they make their money and they move on. They think them give a fuck?
No.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, like you can see him talking about, hey, go and check out my movie, True Memoirs of no. Right. You're probably thinking about Pixels 2 when his script gonna be ready, you know what I mean?
Right. And
God forbid if we have a Pixels 2, please, no.
Yeah, so anyway, that was my low energy rant that I didn't. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it have nothing to really talk about. Anyway, so you said 2 out of 5, I would probably give this
I want my money and my time back. Worst stuff.
Right,
one of my worst stuff for the year. I wouldn't say like a top 5 or anything like that because it's Netflix. I think because it's Netflix, I could get away with that because you either choose to watch it or you don't. You can either choose to watch over Orange is the New Black or watch this, but because I saw it and because I had to suffer through it, yes, both this and do over.
That's what you will. That's what you will, Luke Cage or something.
Yeah. And speaking of worst movies of 2016, this is going to be a very interesting one here, boy. Oh my goodness. Now we have to talk about the extended cut of Suicide Squad, boy.
Right. So anybody, quick question. I'm not going to spend so much energy and time talking about this movie because it's really not worth the time. But here's my thing. Anybody really give a shit about this new extended cut? Like with Batman v Superman, everybody was like, at least people gave a shit about that movie.
Yes.
To have some degree. Some people, at least to care. Because with Batman v Superman, is a while I haven't been this animated and excited over something as a film. And the extended cut actually, did interesting things with its cut. It's to a certain extent. It's still bullshit. But
it was. But it added things that were... That you look at it now, it's like, why they cut this out for? Why? Because of that kid and they don't want to sit down for too long. Jeez, leave it there.
No, yeah, it was right, and it was just a more professional cut. It was a little more neater, not as sloppy as the theatrical cut.
No, sorry,
they actually put
a hot mess, but still.
Yeah, they actually put establishing shots on these kind of things. With this Suicide Squad now, it kind of was like it just adding a bunch of stuff. Yeah, adding a bunch of stuff, and then it didn't really fit or flowed well because so character stuff made a little bit of more sense, but because it flowed so terribly, it didn't matter. And then it's like they made even less of an effort with this one, and I get the feeling that they kind of just writing off these 3 movies, And then they're gonna just reset everything with Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman gonna hopefully be like the Captain America.
Right.
And then they could try to hopefully build from there. Yeah, I didn't give a shit, and they didn't seem to give a shit about improving the movie all that much. And I just didn't have any energy. Like, I watched it, and I was like, alright, done. I didn't care. Didn't really give a shit about why it is that this should exist. They didn't hype it at all, eh? You notice that? Compared to Batman v Superman, we had a bunch of trailers and things for the extended cut. This one, not really a big hype.
And look out for the DVD, and again, this and that. Yeah.
Hardly anybody was talking about this. They just kind of slip it under the radar and just kind of push it out quick. So anybody who kind of give a shit would follow it. But yeah, most people was like, I didn't care. It's only because somebody mentioned it in a thread I was talking about, and I was like, oh, okay, this exists. I'm going to make the effort to go see it. And it's only when you say you see it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to make the effort to see it.
I encourage you to watch it, by the way.
Yeah, and I really had no energy to care about it. I didn't hate it as much as Batman v Superman, but it's not because of I do think this is somewhat objectively worse than Batman v Superman. But for me, I just didn't have with Batman v Superman, I had the energy. This, I didn't have the energy. That was the problem.
Yeah.
I didn't care about this movie in theaters that much. I just lower my expectations, get a little drunk, and then enjoy the movie. Subterranean, yeah, minus 275.1, yeah, minus 273.15.
They're gonna hold to China.
Absolute zero. Yeah, pretty much absolute zero. And yeah, I just kind of enjoyed because it was nice, colorful, it had cool music. That was it. Mm-hmm. And they really didn't make an effort. They totally half-assed. Now my brain was doing all the calculations of how to fix this shit, but I didn't have any energy to care. But compared to Batman v Superman, where I actually cared, you know, it's one of those.
Batman and Superman, timeless characters, exactly. Iconic characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see them do it better now. It's one of the movies that you actually with this. I didn't even that even worse than Batman v Superman, because at least it's something you could work with. This is just nonsense. The movie was just not coherent at all. It didn't work. It has had a bunch of dumb mistakes that didn't make any sense. Your brain know how to fix the movie. Like I could fix Suicide Squad. Anybody could do that. Mm-hmm. But it's just this low energy attitude that I can't stand. You have no energy, no enthusiasm, nobody care. And I was like, yeah, no, guys, you gotta have energy and push this forward to make good work. It's not just genius, but conscientiousness as well.
Right.
And the movie is reasonably well shot, and I thought it had some good moments in terms of the shots and some little moments. But yeah, they didn't improve it. The extra stuff with Harley and Joker, where she's sliding on the motorbike, and it's like, this is a scene, Dread? Why? Like, what the hell is this? And she shoot the truck driver, and it's like, what's this?
Terrible,
like, why would? Yeah, like, what the fuck is this, Dread? Like, you just wasted everybody's time with this nonsense. Whatever. Anyway, that's my review. And the review, I'm just gonna give my rating one time.
Yeah.
You can talk after.
Please do. Go ahead. Give
right. So my rating is slightly worse than the theatrical cut somehow. So that was what?
I think it was not an IMAX. It wasn't IMAX at all.
Definitely not IMAX.
I think it was a high globe or a low globe. One of those two.
It was a high globe. Yeah. No, this theatrical cut. Go see it in Capsco. Don't waste the time. Do not waste the time buying this.
About my cinema though from
go see it in
right?
Go see it in Windsor. Go see it in Palladium. Like,
yes, for those who don't know, these cinemas don't exist anymore. That's the joke.
Go see it there. Don't see these movies. This is the lowest possible score I give this. I can't give this a fuck you. Like, seriously, this is one of the worst. It utterly pointless to make something like this.
Lord.
Why would anyone? I don't know who's these people who have all this energy to watch this. And the sad part is that when you get energy, to argue against it, you'll have a bunch of idiots who come out of the woodwork to try to defend it in the worst way and the most dishonest way. And that is the part of it that drains me the most. Is that it's like they want the movie to be bad. It's like they want the movie to be bad. It's like that's the goal. Mm-hmm. It's almost as if that's the intention. You're feeling like you're part of some conspiracy. That you in this world that you're the only person who give a shit, and then everybody else don't give a shit, and that's a joke. It's like the Truman Show, but for like critics who like good movies or something like that. Just to piss you off.
Right, yeah.
That's what it is. It's like you at no point I looking at this and think this is a good movie or anybody trying or making an effort. And that's what's so annoying about it. And I was like, I just had no energy for it. I watch it, and it was kind of, I'll admit halfway it was running in the background for a couple things, But and then I just cut to the part. So I remember most things.
That's always the sign of a bad movie, where you have it playing, but you're doing other stuff on your computer.
But I remember most of the stuff in the movie. I remember most, and I just look for like where the edits change, and I'm like, okay, I know they change the edit here, I know they change the edit here. All right, cool. And so I watch out those CG details. So it's not like I missed. It's not like the movie didn't flow any better or anything like that. So I don't think I missed anything. Or it's me being particularly intellectually dishonest to say, oh, I didn't watch the movie properly. I'm not to watch properly. That's the problem. So whatever, moving on. Yeah, you give your rating. You give your review. Because I just didn't give a shit about this. This movie kind of pissed me off. It pissed me off because it just draining the energy out of the system. That's my problem. And it's dishonest. Like, why would you even make this? This is an effort? You would give people millions of dollars to do this? Jeez, man.
Alright, I just had to take a sip of water for this one. Let me go in, right? Let me breathe. Now, when we reviewed Suicide Squad months ago with Claude, who actually loved it way more than we did.
He defended, but he didn't see Batman v Superman.
Exactly.
So that's why he was like,
he wouldn't feel that anger, that burning anger that we felt, right? So with me, I enjoyed it thoroughly more than Batman v Superman. It was trying to be something different. It was trying to be fun, but I just felt that it was trying so desperately to, play all these tropes that we've seen hundreds of times before in other superhero movies. So you always have this sort of big threat that could destroy the earth. You have this big hovering light and stuff.
Laser in the sky, yeah.
Laser in the sky, which we actually saw in Doctor Strange, by the way. Yeah,
right.
I know a lot of people.
Everybody was
like, yeah, that.
Oh no, Doctor Strange. Well, it was not
Doctor
clear
Strange,
blue laser design, but it was the same thing.
Right.
It was the same thing.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange, you understand that because it's magic and all that. And I felt that with this one, with Suicide Squad, they didn't have to do the magic route. That was just me.
So if
they were trying to be gritty, it could have just stayed gritty.
Yes, instead of doing a review, I'm gonna do put up or shut up time, which is, could I have made this film better?
No, I'm not gonna review the show though. I just say how I felt before.
So we could just talk about it for the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so from the theatrical cut, the first thing I noticed, and one of the biggest mistakes, was they had the script topsy-turvy. Remember I mentioned that?
Yeah.
The first time we reviewed this, the script was topsy-turvy. How to fix this movie is, what you do is, you have the, what's the witch name?
Enchantress. Worst villain of the year, by the way.
Right. She should have been the end goal of the story, not the beginning. So, it didn't make, because they keep mentioning how, they need to get something to fight against Superman, and the next Kryptonian are gonna come down, gonna be just as bad, or gonna be dangerous.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but you already have Enchantress. Why does you need to find other Suicide Squad members to do that? And even if you're saying, well, Amanda Waller is not honest, and she's just trying to create security theater, which is basically a big narrative about Amanda Waller as a character, she's saying, they could have still have it where you put the goal of the Suicide Squad as to get powers to fight against Kryptonians anyway, and Enchantress fits that mold, in my opinion, because she went to Iran and back in like 2 minutes, right, or 2 seconds, or whatever it is, right? Right.
Which leaves us to wonder, why in the fuck you have Captain Boomerang for? Oh, we just need an Aussie guy. Let's get Captain Boomerang.
That's core in the comic. He's a core character in the comic, right? What they should have done is they should have cut certain characters. They should already cut characters, and then focus on the characters.
What was the point of Slipknot being in the show?
No, here's another thing. I didn't notice that they could give him anything more to do. I forget what scene they gave him more to do in this.
There wasn't anything really, to be honest, from what I remember.
Right.
Everything that with him was there. It stayed there.
Yeah, they didn't really, because that's another thing I noticed about this, and this kind of pissed me off. It wasn't really a proper extended cut, because it still had a little bit of Joker content. It didn't have any extra Joker content, and people was like clamoring for that, if anything.
Right. And that's what I wanted to mention too.
It just had extra Harley content, from what I understand.
Well, right. So, just to stop there for a bit. First off, the thing that really, really, really pissed me off, right, all this time you keep talking about, Jared Leto's performance was so creepy and so dark, and we shot so much stuff, and if we had it in the movie, it would be an R.
And we didn't get
the
it.
Batman v Superman extended version was a rated R, right? And it worked, or at least I said that in my review of that, it worked because it could tell that, yes, this is what Zack Snyder and his team were going for. They were going for this really dark, edgy kind of thing, and they just had to cut things out because, kids in the audience. So while it was ballsy to make it R and whatnot, it still suffered from a weak narrative. In this case, you promised, I don't know, I'm not saying that they should have put a ton, like every piece of footage with Jared Leto in it, but oh gosh, man, the people complain about the lack of Joker in the theatrical cut, and all we just get is like what, 2 little flimsy scenes with him, one of which makes absolutely no sense. The one where you talk about where you have Harley Quinn chasing after Joker, and then she had to prove her love to him by shooting this random guy who just looking to just he just looking for them to just move away from the road so he could drive. He just comes out asking what the hell going on. He gets shot. Boom. That was the purpose. Why? And then you want to follow that up with the same VAT scene where Harley Quinn drops down. Like, what was the point of that? So my thing is, all this stuff about, yes, Jared Leto had all these scenes. Why not give us more? It's extended cut.
Yeah.
You cheat the audience right there. Even if you didn't upfront go and say, yes, we got to get more Joker with this one. Because people saw the theatrical one and were disappointed by the lack of Joker, instinctively you think, well, okay, in the extended version, we'll get to see more of him. He'll have a bigger role. Oh, no, we don't get anything like that. He's still in the background, he's still there in flashbacks, he's still there with the one goal of trying to free Harley Quinn because script. Nothing else. He's just this meaningless character once again. And I thought that was the one thing that really pissed me off about this extended version of Suicide Squad. But continue.
Yeah. No, as I said, with the script, it's a script that just didn't, again, kind of half-assed. Now, again, I like the director.
Yeah, David
I like
Ayer,
the director.
Great. End of Watch.
Yeah, did.
Of course, he wrote Training Day, he directed Fury.
Yeah.
He makes great movies, man. And well, just remember again, he wrote the script for this, right?
Yeah, but that's another thing. It had a bunch of, you get the feeling that this was kind of set up to fail too, because they couldn't fix the problems of the script, and they get 3 weeks to write it or something like that. And I was like, 3 weeks to write this show? It was like some ridiculous short time, or 6 weeks. I forget it was. So some real short.
This is a gamble, Jed. You don't want to take that short of time to write the script. Jeez.
Yeah, it was obscenely short of a time. And in my head, I'm thinking, you're supposed to have 6 weeks or a month or so to do a treatment, right, for a film this big, because you want to get what you want to do right down, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, why does you couldn't get this right? And then, but to write a script, Jed, in that short of time, so why does the studio would rush something out? Anyway, from what I understand, the movie made a bunch of cash. Anyway.
Duh, yeah.
So just going back to that same, the same point we were talking about with money and
shitty movies making
creativity.
Money.
Yeah, so it made back a bunch of cash, and then since they were there now, didn't really throw anybody under the bus because the movie sucked, and he kind of thought it sucked, and everybody thought it sucked, but it made its cash anyway.
Yeah.
It's a new
anyway, so whatever.
Exactly, and he didn't burn his bridges against the studio anyway, so it's like you're moving on, right? But one of them they know full well that that is not, as I say, man can't live by bread alone, and they know full well that these films don't just have to make money, but they have to kind of look good, because the Marvel films, not only make its cash, but it also gives a good sense of a social there's a social element to it.
Yeah.
That's a social currency, that a very high social currency. And I don't think the Marvel films are all that absolute brilliant or anything like that. That is my, the films on average out quite mediocre when you think about it. But because it's you see it as a kind of holistic thing. And I kind of look at the MCU as more like a television season more than anything. It really works as that whole product.
Right.
And these movies, they're trying to do that with the DCEU, and it's just a mess. DCEU is, they call it the extended universe, but apparently the extended stand for extended cut. They just decided to just put out these half-ass, they put out these half-ass products in the theater, and then they keep putting out extended cuts. Like when the new Wonder Woman trailer came out, everybody was making the joke, well, I can't wait for the extended cut. Because like, who gonna see it in theaters?
Right.
And it's the same problem. And
I really hope they don't do that with this shit, with Wonder Woman, sorry.
Yeah, no, they need to stop that shit because look, you're not supposed to have a designated extended cut. You're getting feeling like they're designing the films to do that now. Like it just seems to be a more money making scheme more than anything. Like, oh, you just need to guarantee a person buy this twice somehow.
Yeah. And
so that's what it is.
Yeah, well, good thing you bring up extended cut again because the first one from technically Vertigo but still under DC's banner, Watchmen from 2009. Loved that movie.
Right.
Theatrical cut was excellent. And then when you
saw
both the ultimate cut and the extended versions,
director's cut.
The director's cut and the ultimate cut. Sorry, they just added more to the greatness. Deep down inside, it's just because it had such a great story, great direction, acting, everything.
Like it's something that's not particularly new in film. I mean, it always have director's cuts historically, but it's something different about this. It's something different. It is something that feels different and cynical about this approach with Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. It is a particularly bad practice in video games, and I mentioned it with Batman v Superman, where it's called the DLC model now. It feels as if they just designed it like that, to half-ass this product, and then give us, you had to pay for DLC later on.
Yeah, so you pay most of the money for the game itself, and then you had to pay more to get the stuff, the extra stuff.
Right, and
that's what I mean.
But it's not even extra stuff, it's more like to finish the movie now.
Right.
That's what it feels like. And then, on top of that, this final product even worse than the theatrical cut. So that's what pissed me off,
Right.
I was like, I didn't have any energy to see it, but I was thinking, alright, they're gonna improve this, and then you're gonna see stuff that might surprise me or something like that. That's what I thought. And then just to see this bullshit, I'm like, oh, that can't be serious.
Right.
You cannot be fucking serious.
Yeah.
And it really draining the enthusiasm out of me with this kind of stuff now. I don't think it'll last. I'm gonna see Rogue One, I'm gonna enjoy it. I hope it doesn't last. But yeah, it's starting to piss me off.
Yeah. Now, good as you mentioned, MCU now. Quite recently, actually yesterday, come to think of it, I watched over Civil War. Love this movie now. It's now on my top 5 right now, best of the year, right? And you could argue
it's in my top 10 as well.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, you could argue, well, it's just this gimmick with bringing all these heroes together and having them duke out and all that kind of thing. It's just so gimmicky, and there's Spider-Man and it's just a gimmick. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. And you didn't have a proper villain. Zemo wasn't a great villain. Blah 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 blah.
I actually thought it was pretty good.
What I would say is, even with that gimmick of having that big Royal Rumble, it paid off.
Yeah.
And because they gave so much detail to the characters, and I'm not saying in this one particular movie, but in other movies as well too. Look, even right down to Spider-Man, he's given like about a 3, 4, 5 minutes of just him talking to Tony Stark, and you get so much about this character without them having to go back and say, well, this is how he was then, and then he was bitten by a radioactive spider, blah 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 blah. They set up so much in just that little scene with him talking to Tony Stark that by the time he's in the middle of this Royal Rumble, you're concerned for him. When he's doing his thing and, looking like a badass or whatever, you're still concerned for the fact that, hey, this is the first time he is in the middle of this thing. He could die. Of course, we know he's not going to die because we have Homecoming. But still, because you care about him and the other characters, and because of the whole situation that the film was building upon, and it took its time to do, you care about each one of them. You don't want any of them to die. Even when all the fun stuff is going on, you don't want them to die. And that is something that Suicide Squad failed to do. I'll just say this one thing before I get here. And it had a particular moment. There's something that caught me completely off guard, right? There is one of the extended scenes, whatever, where Harley Quinn is talking to Katana. She just starts to talk to her about some stuff. And then Katana take off the mask and you see the scar. And, like, that could have been a good little moment right there, but no, it just lasts short. She just say one line and that's it. Whatever. Move on.
And the editing is somewhat worse in this extended cut somehow, because it just flows as a whole story. It flows so much worse than the theatrical cut.
Yeah, there's moments that just drag on, like that part that I mentioned there was cut intentionally so we could get to where Harley and the others go to the building and we move on. But because of this scene here, it just drags things along. It doesn't add anything. So it's almost like you have all these deleted scenes there, just on a folder. Just try to figure out, what should I put in, boy? We didn't get to see much of Katana. We didn't get to see her talk. We didn't see her face. Let me just add that. But does it add anything to the movie?
Right.
No, it doesn't. But
I'd probably cut her out of the story entirely. That is one of those
that's
extra
one thing.
characters
She did not need to be in the show. And the way how she was introduced in the story, terrible.
Horrible.
Or before we fly out, oh wait, by the way, here's Katana. And then you have this flashback with her in Japan. I think that was in the theatrical. And her husband sews in his blade.
Right.
Yeah. So why did we need to see that scene in Japan when she was like killing those Yakuza fellas? What had to do with anything? Everybody else who was in the squad had this really good intro. So why we just get this 30 seconds of slicing people up and talking in Japanese? Who cares? What had to do with anything?
Yeah. And the unfortunate part is that they had the unfortunate part is that DC in a mess right now with their movies, but they had a reference to Katana in a recent episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow, by the way, is pretty hit or miss, but I have a lot of fun watching it.
Me too, I do, yeah.
Right, anyway, but there was a recent episode that covered a character that's basically the ancestor of Katana.
That's what it was, because I saw they lingered on it's either the armor or the sword. I was like, why are they doing that? But I didn't pick up
the sword.
Yeah. The sword, right.
Yeah, the sword is a reference, and it's the same sword, same character.
Okay.
It was an ancestor, it's associated with the ancestor, from what I understand, if I remember correctly.
Alright, well that's cool.
Yeah. And the thing is, that episode was so well done, it made all these references to like, Kurosawa and Ninja Turtles and,
as well too with the Yoda reference.
Star Wars,
that was funny.
Right, exactly. And I don't know what it is about these people making the movies. I don't know what the fuck going on with DC, but it's just damn depressing just to see how it's that the TV people could get stuff so right and make it work. And look, the TV people not perfect,
Of
but
course
the TV
not.
people
They only have like 42 minutes to work with, but if I was an exec in Warner Bros., I'd be like, oh well, that's what they're limited to. They could only do short form stories, or they can't do features.
Like, give the TV people the movie stuff, because I don't know what the fuck going on. How it is that DC, again, we tired of talking about this,
of course.
How it is that DC people like doing McDuffie and Bruce Timm and they're
doing so much better with the animated films, but why they can't bring them across? Kick out David S. Goyer and have them do write the scripts once.
What the hell going on? I don't know what the hell going on with that. Anyway.
Yeah, alright, well, just a couple more things I want to say before I get to my rating, right? But yeah, boy, but here's the thing. Even if I didn't get enough Joker, and to me that's the biggest sin, because you're hyping this character so much, and you would think, okay, well, just like Batman v Superman, they had to cut parts out because, kids could be there, don't ask me why. So you had to kind of cut to the chase before they, sell a cry and shit. But still, not enough Joker. When he's there, it's just, in the background once again, just not doing much. He's not integral to the story. He doesn't need to be there. And to me, just watching this extended version just reminded me of, in a weird way, it reminded me of what I appreciated it, and then at the same time, just the little things that made the film less, made the film not that great. It just made those things stand out a lot more. Like just the lack of characterization with certain characters. So the reason why certain characters are there, like why do we need Katana? Why was Slip not there? Why is so much time spent on Deadshot and Harley Quinn? And it's only nearing the end of the second act do we get this proper backstory for El Diablo and all these different things there, and I don't know, and just because, and for me, this movie runs at 2 hours and 13 minutes, yet it felt like the 2 hour and 2 minute version that I saw on the big screen. So in a long story short, these deleted scenes added nothing, absolutely nothing to the overall film. It's not like Batman v Superman where they kind of question, well, okay, this is what Lois was kind of doing, trying to figure out what was going on, and she was hooking up with what's-her-face, Jenna Malone, trying to figure this thing out, what Lex is up to, and you kind of see Lex's plan start to, materialize slowly but surely. kind of like what they did in Civil War, where you saw the plan slowly develop. Instead of our the theatrical cut of BVS, where we kind of just jump from one thing to the next, you know. And we got a sense of what Superman was doing. Well, more noticeably the part right after the explosion, you know, during the trial, and you know he just suddenly disappears in the theatrical cut. But in this version, in the extended version, we understand what he was up to and what he was dealing with. You got more Superman basically before he got his ass kicked by Batman or whatever. But this one, the story is still there. The mindless action factor is still there. And you see, this is the reason why people really like this show, is because of the mindless action, because you can kind of shut your brain off and enjoy it. And yes, you have you know, Margot Robbie, and you know, you have these charismatic actors doing their thing. You have a great cast overall. Even if the story is a mess, the acting, or at least the cast, is stellar, you know. And you could tell that they all doing their best, even right down to Jared Leto, even though his Joker, you know, seeing it a second time again was more hit or miss than, yeah, he's a worthy successor to, you know, Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. This one is kind of like, you're trying a little too hard, buddy. You're trying a little too hard here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was watching it.
Way too hard.
Because like the scene, like all the scenes with all the extra stuff with him and Harley is like, wait, I would have totally cut this too.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Like there was one scene that they could have cut out, like the part where you saw Joker lying down on the ground, you see all the knives, all you know, all on the ground neatly in a pattern. Right. It's there, and that's the thing about this show. Like seeing it again is like, what's the point of this? Just have this nice wide shot of him doing this and going
right.
Yeah,
that's him.
And then talking to this guy, and then you have this drug dealer fella, and then he come to the drug dealer fella, and Rel coming up and close to him like he want to kiss the dude or whatever. Like, it still doesn't. Yeah. No, not coming. I'm not talking about that. The part afterwards.
No.
When it was in the meat shop, basically, it's still there, and it's like, why is this there? What was the point? And you know, like when you're watching the first act of it, you tell yourself, oh, this is going to be about Joker. Joker gonna be the villain here. But then you bring in this whole Enchantress shit, and
yeah, it doesn't flow.
Yeah, and then what I would have done with Enchantress is kind of have a halfway into the show. I think I mentioned this before. I'm not sure. Halfway into the show, that's when she switched sides, because she realized, oh, this is what they're doing with my brother. Now I could see my brother. Now we're reunited and it feels so good. Right now we could try and take over the world. That could have happened at the midpoint. So now you have Joker being less of a threat now. Now you have this bigger threat going on. So it's chaos now. And they try to do that in the second act, where you know all the shit going on, all the kind of I don't want to call them retarded, but really half-ass CG'd looking soldier creatures thing going on. You could have had this little chaotic thing where you have Joker on one side and you have Enchantress on the other side. Is, you know, who go and kill who first and all that kind of drama. You could have played that well, but once again they just didn't. And you know, just seeing it again really showed me just how half-assed the script was. I could tell, you know, you could look past all the mindless action and the musical choices and the cast, but you could really tell that they were just trying way too hard. Not just to cash in on or try to be just as great as the MCU, but to be this kind of hard-nosed, kind of edgy, kind of, you know, punk version of, like, yeah, we're gonna be like real gritty superhero kind of story, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, hot topic. Yeah. Hot topic filmmaking, yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to be all hard and edgy, but at the end it's just, they're just trying way too hard. So, oh my god, and just to round things off, so yeah, this extended version not only reminded me of how poor the theatrical cut was, but believe it or not, I actually appreciate the theatrical cut a bit more, because at least with that one, I know, it's weird, I know, but the thing is, at least with that one, I was like, okay, they tried a thing, it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't work, but I shut my brain off, I had fun with it, I guess. Although in retrospect, something like this, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to shut my brain off and, you know, enjoy a DC movie.
I mean, no, look, it's a comic book movie. I ain't pretending that, you know, giving any pretense. But again, it's more, it's a kind of contract, it's a kind of weird, implied social contract of, you give a shit, I give a shit.
Right.
And then you want to put good ideas in, and at least you get that from the MCU now. Even Bryan Singer you get a little bit of that from, but with this,
and also what I would say is because of the characterization, because they spend time trying to develop characters. Sometimes it works like Civil War, sometimes it doesn't work as well like X-Men or Apocalypse, Magneto, anyone.
Right.
But still, at least they try. At least they try to make you care, even if the premise sounds all ridiculous and it doesn't make sense logically. They still try to make you care about the characters. And with Suicide Squad, I just didn't care about anybody. The only person I really care about, even in the theatrical cut, was Deadshot. And that's not just because of Will Smith, but because of because they spent so much time on the character. I couldn't help but be concerned for him. The thing with the daughter and all that stuff. I cared for the guy.
Right.
But and one thing I forget. Well, I don't think we mentioned this in the previous review, but when El Diablo died, did they ever bring it up? They ever brought up anything about him dying or some kind of memoriam in honor of him? No.
No, they didn't.
They just didn't. They just skipped past that. And you would think like in something like this extended version, you'd have a little scene like that. But it's almost like the writer forgot, the creator, the team forgot, the cast forgot. They just didn't care. The audience just didn't care because it was just all about action and stunts and stuff. So El Diablo died and nobody cared. Because like near the end of the second act, like I say, you got to understand why he is who he is and why he didn't want to use his powers. But you just kill him off just like that and nobody cares, right? Because it's Suicide Squad. Who cares? Just all about Jared Leto and Margot Robbie and Will Smith. Who cares about anybody else, right?
Right. But that's the thing, as I say, to mention the characterization, they could have done so much more with. You see, that's the thing. It lacked focus because they could have done so much more with Deadshot's character. It never made sense why Deadshot. He just kind of is a villain out of nowhere. Was he part of the military? Why is he not was never a sniper or anything like that?
Oh, you mean background history? Like that? Yeah, they never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never do that. He's clearly have superpowers. I mean, that is what they're doing. So they could have done something with him being disenfranchised as an old Marine or something like that. Something simple. They can't get that done.
Yeah, and look at like Harley Quinn, for example, character arc. I don't know if the character arc was just supposed to be about her codependence on Joker or independence,
that's
by herself. But it still turned out to be, okay, I need your help, Deadshot. I need your help, whoever. And now that we helped out and we saved the world, okay, Joker's come to see me. Okay, now I'll be back with him. So nothing really changed.
Right, it didn't flow. Yeah, nothing makes sense. I mean, it was just a mess all over. Anyway, I'm just so tired of this.
I know you're tired, and I'm tired as well too. So,
but no, the problem is that I just don't have. Again, they don't seem to have the energy. I'm not gonna have the energy, and I just doing it out of sheer duty.
Yeah.
Just to talk about it because we want to talk about it.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
Like, we need to move the fuck on. I really, really hope that Rogue One end of the year and a good stop.
Yeah.
But this was just a mess, really.
Alright, so in closing, this extended cut did something that I never thought was actually possible in movie history. Make a bad movie, or at least a less competent movie, even worse.
Yeah.
I have never seen that before in my life. I thought that, adding scenes made things a little better, but this one just made it worse. Never seen this before in my life. So, this is going to be a very special rating. So, for me, the theatrical cut still gets a 2.5 for me, but this version, this extended cut, gets a 2 out of 5. And yes, this extended cut has made it in my worst of list. So, yes, Suicide Squad is on my list right now, but the extended cut, because it promised so much, even if it didn't go out there with a megaphone and say, hey guys, 13 more minutes of this, more exclusive this. It didn't have to, but because of what we did not see in the original one, you kind of come expecting, well, okay, with this one you're gonna get something more, you're gonna get something a little bit more efficient, just like with BVS. Though it wasn't perfect, but it still added a little bit more. It added a little extra layer to it. This one just didn't. It was just the same old same. And you know when things are bad, when like I said, the 2 hour and 13-minute version feels just like the 2 hour and 2-minute version. Weirdest thing ever. But yeah, the extended cut of Suicide Squad has made it to my worst of the year list. But I would say this: if you actually enjoy the theatrical cut, stick with it. If you'll still appreciate it because of it trying to be, this kind of punk version of like the Avengers, and you had fun with it. You like the musical choices, like the acting, you like the mindless action, even though it was to the lowest common denominator. Then fine, cool, no problem. But don't waste your time on this extended version. Total waste of time. And if you still need convincing, I'll say this much.
No,
you're still not gonna get that much joke in it anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we can move on. So yes, now we have 2 movies that we mentioned today on my worst of list. So thank you very much, Kevin James and Suicide Squad for making that possible. Yay!
Yeah.
Right.
Crappy. Sad. It's unfortunate. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully next week we'll get some better movies. Yeah,
yes.
We'll get some better movies.
Fantastic
next
Beasts.
week is Moana.
And where to find
Fantastic
them.
Beasts, right, and something else.
There was the Billy Lynn show, although
I
really don't know what to make of it though, but I wouldn't mind checking it out because it's Ang Lee,
Right, and I still forget what was the technical thing about this movie. I think it's shot in 8K or something interesting about it. Whatever.
We have to look it up for sure. But
right.
I'm not too sure if I'll check out Billy Lynn, but I will make the effort to check out Fantastic Beasts and Moana.
Right.
Yeah. Other stuff to look forward to, like I'm looking at the schedule here. I'm seeing Allied is coming out. I don't really know anything about it, to be honest. I haven't seen any trailers for it.
I was actually excited to see that. So.
Right. It has Oscar contender look and feel to it because
Right. I get it.
Marion Cotillard.
Oscar
Yeah. Like I said before, we supposed to be getting Sully early next month. Why? I don't know.
Early.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it. Wow.
Yeah. I'm not excited anymore actually because I was waiting for it to come out and then they screwed us. But whatever. La La Land is coming out next month as well.
Right. Which I want to see that as well.
Yeah,
I heard it's quite good.
Yeah, Rogue One, of course, have to see that. And I really hoping that it doesn't play on the Star Wars, so you have to love this show. Kind of like what Force Awakens did, where it was just playing off of nostalgia and all that kind of stuff. So you have to force yourself to love this movie. Even though that's why I had to put it at number 5 on my list. I know it was none. I don't think it was on your list at all, but I had to put it in the middle.
No, but just when it comes to DC movies, this is really the darkest timeline because it's like, imagine a world where 10 years ago Dwayne McDuffie was making amazing scripts, and now we can't even get a basic plot for fucking a DC movie, man, and you finally get your DC movies off the ground. Come the fuck on, DC. Anyway, whatever. Moving on. Anyway, Matthew, where can we see you online, sir?
Alright, well, you can find me on Twitter. Just look for Legally Black MGB in capital letters. Also, you can find me on Facebook. Just look for my name, Matthew Bailey. And also, you can look for Legally Black official fanbase. There you can find a link to this recording here, as well as the other podcasts that Ricardo and I have done over the past year or so. And of course, my written reviews as well. Ricardo, where can we find you online, man?
You could find me Persat RMEDDY on Twitter. That is at RMEDDY on Twitter. And then you could just type in my name, Ricardo Medina, on Facebook, and you could find me there.
Cool.
So,
alright. So, 2 new entries into my worst stuff list. And yeah, speaking of lists, I am working on my best stuff. So, like I said before, Civil War is definitely there. I'm right now, like in terms of number 1, just like little spoiler, OJ Made in America is still there. It'd be really amazing though if by the end of this year it stays there. So here's hoping that perhaps we do our best stuff.
I have my list building up already, so I don't know what are my best stuff. I don't know what are my worst stuff already. But I want to see more movies now.
We have time anyway.
I just had to try to remember what I saw for the year because I just distracted with all kind of other bullshit. So whatever.
Well, you could go on SoundCloud. You could go on my SoundCloud page, and you'll see all the stuff that we reviewed over the past year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also before I forget, the review that I did last week for the Tribe Called Quest album. Right now, well, that segment actually, because what I do, because the recording was so long, I separated. Right now, that has the most views, or I should say the most listens, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so thank you so much, for making that popular. And yes, believe it or not, I actually love this album right now. It actually took me like the 3rd time. I know the third time is always the charm for me when it comes to music albums, but yes, I love this album now.
And it grew on you.
That, like I said, is one that grows on you. So right now, that is wrestling, between number 1 and number 2. I'm not going to say what my number 2 is, but I'm just hoping that it makes it to that number 1. And, well, final thing, I see, here we mentioned this with the Atlanta review, as you mentioned that we won't be getting a season 2 anytime soon. Childish Gambino should get back into music. Well, apparently we're going to be getting an album from him early next month.
We get an album soon, so we'll talk about that.
So, yes, I'll definitely check it out, and you can look forward to a review of that. So, any other stuff, or that's it?
No, that's it. We'll talk about the movies when they come out. That's it.
Yeah. Alright, so once again, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This was Matthew Bailey and
Ricardo Medina.
And we are signing off from another episode of Beers, Beats, and Bailey. So, take care, and guys, please avoid at all costs that extended version of Suicide Squad. Waste of time.
Yeah, don't watch that bullshit. Watch that bullshit.
Alright, guys, so later. Peace.
Yeah.